Missy here. I'm just gonna pop this in real quick to let you know that I have decided, so this is February the 2nd, you've seen this before, but hopefully I will be filming the update closer to when this video is supposed to go live rather than so early as this. But as I was painting the shade Enigma in my Royals palette, I was like, you know what? I don't want to hit pan in this because I've decided to send this along to Project Beauty Share. So I brought in a different shade. I used my random generator, pulled up a number, pulled up another prompt from Lainey's prompt, and I got a shade that starts with the letter S. And I'm going to be working on ColourPop. This is the So Taupe palette. I'm going to be working on this, I think it's Slated. Yeah, this is the shade Slated, which is basically a glitter topper. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I know I mentioned that I wasn't going to be working on any shimmers in this project, but most of my S shades, like one of the ones I want to work on, are mostly from ColourPop, and most of them are mattes. And I'm just not ready to pan a ColourPop matte. Maybe later in the year. Let me get a few updates under my belt and maybe I will rethink that. So right now I'm going to go ahead and use this. I mean, it's pretty inconspicuous. Is that the right word? It's like a glitter topper, so it won't like take over a look. But anyway, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Missy from the future. And hopefully I've made good progress on this shade. Hi there everyone, it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have my first update for Pan Those Eyeshadows, a project created by Alexi. And I am tagging along with Lainey from Makeup with Lainey, who has created 100 prompts as a way to select her shadows for this project. And I thought that was genius. What I love about 2022 is basically everyone has kind of tailored this project to fit the way they pan. And I love that. Not all of us are the same when we wear makeup. Some of us don't wear it every day, etc. So I really liked her take on this project. And I'm basically tagging along. She has 100 prompts, which will be linked down below along with her channel. And I removed the repeats. She repeated some of the ones that she thought would be fun to get because I want to do all of the prompts. I want to try to get through all of them. I don't know that that will happen this year, but we're going to do what we can do. So before we get into that though, I colored my hair. I need a trim. I haven't cut my hair since like September 2020. 21? 21? No. Yeah? No, 2020 I think. I don't know. Anyway, I need a trim, so it's a little frizzy on the bottom, but I participated in an influencer campaign. This was supposed to be a bit more ash than it is. It's a bit warm, but I like it. It is what it is. Let's get started. So this is the color story I am working with. As you saw at the very beginning, I rolled out that blue shade and rolled out this kind of topper shade. And I am going to insert footage because I did film the look that I did today. And this is all eyeshadows from the project. So let's start with prompt number 8. So I'm going to go numerically. And that was my most expensive shadow. So I brought in this. This is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. And this is my most expensive palette, ergo my most expensive shade. I mean, it may not be in the grand scheme of things, but I am trying to do mostly mattes in this project, as I mentioned. So I've been working on the shade Happiness. I'm gonna go ahead and insert some footage and a picture it was brand new when we started. And this is where we are now. I think you can look at that dip. Look at it, it's so pretty. Oh my word. I have used this shade 9 times. It's what I have in my kind of crease area today. I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. It blends like a dream. It's this color right here. I love it. It can work for pink looks. It can work for purple looks. I've used it on a teal look. I just really, really love its versatility, and it works almost like a neutral, even though it is more of a cool tone, kind of pinky purpley mauve color. So yeah, 9 times, y'all. I'm tracking uses. Who am I? I don't know. I don't know. Next, number 29 is a gray shadow matte. And I brought in this. This is my Nomad Tokyo palette. I think this is literally one of the only grays I have in my collection. and I brought in this shade. It was brand new when we started. If I didn't mention, my goal is to either hit pan or use each shade 25 times. So this one I've used 6 times, so not quite as many as my other ones, but I use this to blend out the very edges of this look, and that's basically how I kind of use it. You can't use it to deepen anything, but you can use it to kind of make something that's a bit more warmer, a bit cooler. So, and again, you can, it kind of blends in with my skin, but that's it right there. So it's really, the only thing I find an issue with are these are super powdery mattes. It doesn't, like, that doesn't happen on the face. They're still easy to blend out, but they are powdery. So if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. Next, number 46 is shadow that starts with the letter C. Again, we're going back into the rose quartz, and I brought in this shade. This is Cherish. This shade I think has hard pan, which doesn't make any sense because I haven't used a wet brush, but it's got a weird texture on top. It's like grainy or something. So I don't know. I've used this 9 times. I've used this just every time I use Happiness, I use this one too. This is what it looks like. It's a bit powdery. I don't know how else. It's very pastel, very, very, very pastel. Again, it's got such a weird texture in the pan. I don't know what that is about, but yeah, anytime I use this, I use this. And maybe it's because I'm using a fluffier brush and this one's a bit like, I use a detailed brush to put it on my under eyes today. I don't know. But again, my goal is 25 times or to hit pan. So this is staying in. Next, we have a shadow that starts with the letter J, and I brought in this. This is Jelly from the Glamlite Donut Palette. And when you very first saw this, it was in a palette, but I have since then depotted all of my bulky Glamlite packaging except for the cake palette. But this is what we're looking at. So this I've used 7 times. It is the darker pink on my outer V and mostly in the crease. Whew, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful matte. I really, really love it. It's this shade right here. I didn't really build it up to its full opacity, but I love the Glamlite formula. They're really easy to blend, and it's no hardship to use that shade. And then you saw that I rolled in the That's Taupe palette. This is definitely a topper shade. I don't know if you guys are even going to be able to see that. It is on top of, excuse me, the shimmer that I used today. Again, this is a very kind of cool tone taupey color, so it'll cool down whatever you have underneath it and make it a more cool tone look, which is exactly what I was going for today. So I honestly think I'm gonna hit pan on the Rose Quartz Happiness. I'm gonna hit pan on that shade probably before the next update. So what I thought I would do is go ahead and roll in a new shade. Why did I do that? That was so dumb. Sometimes I can be a dodo bird. Okay, so now that I put all the swatches back on, I think since I'm gonna possibly be hitting pan in the shade Happiness in this Rose Quartz palette, even if I don't hit pan, I will probably at least get to the usage or right at the usage. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll in a 6th shade because why not? So we're gonna do a 1 through 86, and then I will disregard the ones that I already have. 77, a yellow shimmer. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am going to be a turkey, and I'm going to stay in the Tokyo palette with this yellow shimmer, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this. This is another kind of a topper shade. It switches. Well, yeah, switches will work. It moves from like yellow to orange to pink. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that at all. We're talking about this shade right here. It does have some use on it. It's really soft, really creamy. So again, my goal is going to be 25 uses or to hit pan. And the reason why I went with that, number one, it's one of the only yellows that I have in my collection that is a yellow and not a gold. Misty, stop trying to wipe your arm off. But also, the only other yellow, like true yellow I own, I think, is here in the Cake palette, and it's this banana shade right here, which is really, really pretty. I haven't decided if this is going to go in my Project Level Up. So Guava is already in my Beauty A to Z eyeshadow edition. And I have been considering depotting this palette too, because again, it's just big and bulky, it gets in the way. So I don't want to roll this into Pan those eyeshadows if I want to roll this into Project Level Up, because it will probably go in the next level, which is level 3. So that is, if you aren't familiar, Project Level Up is another painting project, eyeshadow painting project I'm doing, started by Sophie Alexandra. I will try to remember to leave a link in the eye to my video, but basically you start at level 1, which is one palette. You use each shade one time, hit pan one shade, you move to level 2, brand new palette, use each shade 2 times, hit 2 pans, level 3, and so on. So I was considering this to bring in either as level 3 or level 4. So I would have to use each shade 3 times and hit 3 pans. So I'm thinking, yeah, so this one, it's either going to be this one or the ice cream. Maybe I'll let you guys vote. Maybe I'll do a poll on my community tab that's shiny and new. And see which one you think I should pan in that project. So yeah, I'm working on a lot of eyeshadows. It was 56, now I think it's 57. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. I am so excited to continue this color story #1, but also to start rolling new ones in. I think this is going to be fantastic. I don't think I will roll a new one in every month. We will see how I do and how I feel. Again, I'm working on Beauty A to Z eyeshadow. I'm doing Pan those eyeshadows. I'm doing a Pan that palette, and I'm doing Project Level Up. So I have a lot of eyeshadows all over the place. So, but we'll see. I'm having such a fun time. And I'm so glad I jumped in on this. So Lainey, thank you so much for creating all these fun prompts and allowing me to participate with you. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you consider subscribing, hanging around. I'm doing a lot of projects, and I am pre-filming a bit. I'm not pre-filming this video because we're right on time, but we are starting construction on our master bathroom remodel on Tuesday, the 15th. So pray for us. So you may see this in a couple of videos going forward. But yeah, anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.